Hello everyone, welcome back again. Another episode of the Block Flock here. What I'm going to do today in this video is going to have another look, but a closer look at our new foundation cock. He is related to Leo. We have to look at the pedigree, just because it's related there somewhere quite closely, except for Leo. Both his mum and his father's side are all Leo Heremans. I did get a updated pedigree from him. The one that I was supplied before was maybe 2 numbers out, and it was showing a hen, if you guys remember. We will go into that very soon, probably in the next video if you want. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and also hit like down here, just to let me know that you do enjoy these longer format of videos. And I'll continue on with this series if you guys are really enjoying it. So basically we've got 2 foundation cocks, and obviously for a small loft like this, and my next loft will probably be reasonably small as well, just so I can manage it and slowly build my way up to a bigger pigeon loft. I don't want to go massive and then fall short on keeping the birds happy and healthy and the lofts clean. So I feel like the best option is to slowly work up to it, and then once I sort of get to better levels, then we can look at getting bigger lofts if we really need to. Who knows, we might be able to be extremely competitive with a very small team. There is many stories around of that, especially with the federation that I race with or will race with. It is only quite small, and there is only pretty much one race that's about 850 kilometers. The rest are basically your there's a couple of sprint races, but most around that 300, 400, 500 mark, a few 600s, which I feel like would be more favorable to a small team of strong, healthy birds, which I'm going to aim for. We do have 2 federations. We have the one that I'm going to race with, which is it's pretty good. All the guys are pretty nice, very helpful. The races are very favourable for myself. I feel like that that middle distance is what I want to aim for, and that, in my opinion, is why I've gone with these birds, because they are quite good from 100 to 600 kilometers. That's kind of where I've come from with selecting these birds. Obviously they are the type that I like, and I'll go into that in a minute, the type of pigeon that I personally like. We'll see how we go with these 2, because they are beautiful birds. And as I said, there is 2 federations here. I'm looking at flying with the smaller one. It's a little bit more flexible and more accommodating to probably people in my position that is pretty restricted with birds, limits, time, etc. We can come in and out. You don't have to race every week if you don't want. And there is 2 smaller race series with inside the whole series, which is awesome, because I could just race them if I want. And there's some pretty good prize money. And basically those distance of races in this federation are more favourable to what I want, which is middle distance, and the birds that I've selected. So I feel like next season we should be in pretty good stead, as long as we can get some good babies off these guys, some good pairings and stuff like that as well. So what we might do, all the birds are relaxing at the moment. I'm not sure if they're going to be really happy with me chasing them around, but we'll see. We will see. No, I was hoping the light would do a little bit extra, but let me just try and catch this cockbird that we're talking about here. I'll sit the camera down, hopefully not too much chaos. Right, so here's the bird that we're talking about. We'll have a look. He is 2013, so He's just getting on 7 years old, so he's still got a few years left in him, which is good. That's what we wanted. We want to get a few more years out of him. I'm going to go into the type of pigeon that I like personally. It's my opinion. I like my birds to be a good size. See him, he's quite a good size. His head throws him off a bit because he's got a big waddle, but he feels quite good. I'd say Leo is probably a little bit bigger than this guy. Leo's probably a bit more muscular. He's got a bit more muscle on him than this one, but this guy's pretty good. I wouldn't complain about this guy. But I just liked a good size, and I liked, let me see if I can get his wings out. I like a decent strong wing that's not too long, but reasonably fat as well. I like the bit of width, and I like it to be nice and strong and hard here. Just means you've got nice strong big shoulders, and you can see that as a good beautiful wing there. So this guy is on one side he's actually Houben. He's one of the better lines of Houben that I personally know of, which is the down from Art, and the other side is Leo Heremans, but that line of Leo Heremans is basically Olympiad and Samson, so I think that they're not too bad. Same thing with Leo as well. He's got a very similar body, nice strong front, nice strong wings, good wings, and he's got a nice eye as well, which is a bit hard to see in this lighting. I personally don't think, eye sign isn't really a thing for me. I don't really put any attention into it. It just looks nice. That's all it pretty much is. For me, it's more wings and the body, and then how well they fly. So this guy obviously comes from good breeding lines, but whether or not he's going to breed us anything that's exceptional is going to be a different question. We'll just have to test and see with this big fella. But he's a good bird. He's very calm. You can see that once you've actually got him, he's quite comfortable. He's just sitting there. He's not stressing too much, which is quite good. So for a lot of you that you like your eye sign, I just thought I'd give you a bit closer look at his eyes. Leo's eyes are very similar. Leo's have probably got a bit more white in the centre there, but not a bad bird. I think he's definitely got the looks that I like, and then we'll just have to breed some babies and see how they perform. But good. I think he's a good foundation cock. He's got a nice head on him too. Look at that wattle. Absolutely, he's a big bird. He's a decent size. He's not massive, but he's solid in all aspects. He's big wings, big body, big head, big nose. He's been quite calm at the moment. I haven't seen him show any interest in any of the hens, so we'll just have to wait and see if he's interested in any. But beautiful pigeon, nice and calm. Right, that's a nice little close-up look at him anyway. So basically my plan, once he settles in a little bit, I'm going to build separate breeding boxes for him, just so that he can get in there, be comfortable, and we know that whatever babies we do produce are going to be definitely his. He actually wasn't too bad, this bird, price-wise. As you can see, there was in the pedigrees before, there's quite some very expensive birds in here. His uncle sold for $13,000 Australian, so that's definitely right up there with the most expensive pigeons in Australia, as far as I can believe anyway. I think there might have been one for about $24,000, but the rest are, pretty similar. But in saying that, the pigeons are worth nothing. if they don't really do anything exciting, basically. So if he's not going to breed us any super babies, then he's no different than the barless splits over there or the barless hen, which is pretty much just a Gumtree special pigeon. But we'll see how we go. That little cockbird in the back's a bit noisy. He's definitely getting a bit crazy. With breeding wise, I would like to put him with probably maybe Storm. I'm hoping I can get one of Storm's babies back, which is a hen, which should be ready to breed by now. And we could probably put one of Storm's baby with this big fella, and then we can leave Leo with Storm, so we can push out some pretty good little babies, because those babies are doing quite well actually. I'm very surprised. I haven't really lost many of them, and they paired with Storm, they're not throwing these big kind of Heremans babies. They're basically throwing the smaller versions like her. But even if we breed some of the babies back, we might get some of the characteristics of this big guy, but we probably won't know until later on anyway. So all I need to do now, which is probably I'll start in the next few days, is start building him a breeding pen, get him a nice little setup, get him in there, get him settled, and then we'll try and get him a hen, and then we can introduce him to hen. I might have a hen which is one of Leo's and Storm babies coming, but that might be this weekend, but I'm not sure if it's 100% ready to breed. It might be keen in the next month or two, which will give him time to sort himself out a bit. But it'd be nice to get him and Leo set down in the next month or two with a hen, and then we can start breeding some babies, and then we can get them out, hopefully on the block before too long. The only thing I'm overly worried about is having these nice quality birds out there. I just don't want someone to come and steal them, which probably won't happen, but beautiful birds, I just don't want anything to happen to them. Then pretty much puts me at square one for race season. I have to miss out on that, so we'll see. But for the time being, we can get them breeding and then just put all the young birds in here, and then not let them out until we're ready or we've got them over the block. So we'll see how we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down there, and then also don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know that you enjoy these longer kind of videos. And put some comments down below. Let me know what you think. These are all my opinions. I'm basically just letting you know about this bird, and then why I like it and what kind of type that I do look for, because I am reasonably picky when it comes to pigeons. You'll see, because I go through pigeons quite a lot. If I'm not happy with them, I'm quite happy to get rid of them. That's why Leo and Storm are still here after all this time, because they are standout pigeons. And it is hard to find those birds that just naturally stand out to you, just because there are so many rubbish birds out there, which it just see how we go. I'm no expert, but that's just my opinion, what I like, what I look for. And I think in the future, maybe even this year, I might look at trying out some I want to stick with Leo Heremans. I do like it's not so much the actual name, it's more the fact that when I get a Leo Heremans, I know that it is the type of pigeon that I like. It's got the wings and the body, and obviously that performance in the background bred into them. So I know that when I am buying it, especially if I don't see the bird, I know that it's going to be a good bird. I'm going to be happy with it. Like this one, I didn't see him, I didn't get to hold him before I actually brought him, but I'm actually very happy that I did get him. So so basically probably I'm thinking after this going on, I might look at some Vanderblux, maybe the same breeder has these type, and I would say something similar to that might be worth crossing into these, because I'm pretty sure they're Leo Heremans as well. I'd like to stick with that Leo Heremans kind of heritage, just for the time being, because just look at those wings, like, it's just beautiful. They're a beautiful bird. And a lot of the clockbirds, the last 3 clockbirds I think that have won here are all Heremans. So for me, I think it's probably good to stick with this for now until we can get you know, our little family cranking. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a little flock of birds all related to each other somehow, our little family, and then we can just keep bringing in new birds here and there, crossing them in, testing them out, seeing if they're good. If they're good, we'll keep them. If not, we'll just get rid of them. But yeah, I think we're on the right track now finally. So we just need to concentrate on getting a good little flock of these birds with Leo and this guy, and I think we'll be right. Anyway, we're going to go now, but make sure you hit subscribe, like this. We will do a video on Leo shortly, and probably we'll go up into Storm as well and explain this, you know, very similar context to what we have here. Hope you enjoy your day. I'll catch you guys later. Oh, and we also need to figure out a name for this big fella, because I don't really like his name.